After barely beating an FCS team last episode, we played Washington, and it was pretty close for most of it, but then we lost. We did start out 1-1, so now we are 2-2 going into the bye, but I did not record the bye, but I mean, obviously it was just, the normal stuff, practice, studying, weekly agenda, all that. I don't think I got an upgrade, but maybe I did. I forgot because I didn't record it. But if you are new to the series, I highly advise you go check out episode 1 and 2 to get caught up on Dennis Archer and his first few games as a Northwestern Wildcat. But for those of you that are feeling a bit frisky or have watched the first 2 episodes, here he is. Dennis Archer, commit to Northwestern. Doesn't really want to stay at Northwestern because Wildcats suck. Just trying to build something early so that he can go to a big team and win. And the first thing that I did this episode was add a few things to the weekly agenda. Of course, training, always important. Health, super important. And then, of course, one on leadership and one on academics. Because we do have an exam in only 2 weeks. But this week we do have the Indiana Hoosiers, who are 3-2. This will be a Big Ten matchup. So far, we are obviously 2-2 and 0-1 in the Big Ten. Hopefully, we can make that 3-2 today in Northwestern. To start out, the defense thankfully didn't give up any points, but they did give us the ball at the 4, so I'll take the no points. But from the 4, I would immediately hand it off to Cam Porter, and he would go for a long gain all the way up to the 35, just eliminating any need for stress. Backed up at the goal line. And the next play, it would be an option, and I would take it a very, very long way, all the way up into positive territory, onto the other 35. But after a couple of not-so-good run plays, making it a 3rd and 13, I would throw just a bad pass. I mean, I think B was open, so that wasn't great. And it was into double coverage, and yeah, it was picked off. Just so you know, no spoiler, get used to this. And unfortunately, our defense would give up some points. At least they didn't give us it at the 4, which I would have taken the points. Because Cam Porter, he continues to get big plays down in negative territory. We would then keep running the ball no matter if it was on scrambles, actual runs. We even got a screen play in there, and we would get it far. Of course, there would be some negative plays, all the way up until the 30 on 2nd and 11, where I would get sacked, making it 3rd and 21 from their 39, which of course coach would call all goes. That's just kind of how they do it in Road to Glory, and I would just throw it up to the end zone and it's picked again. Not a great start, but no need to worry, as I believe our defense probably got like a pick or maybe a fumble as we get it at the 31st and 10, where after a couple of nice plays we get it all the way up to 3rd and goal at the 3. I would hand it off to Cam Porter and he would get almost to the outside and pretty much just get shoved into the end zone, giving us a tie game. And our defense would continue to treat us well, not giving up any more points, as well as decent field position, but I would get us even better field position on 2nd and 10, scrambling all the way up to the other 40 on plus territory. Once again, this running game is working super well. Coach really doesn't like to get away from it. In other games, he absolutely will if it's not working, but here it just really was. But of course, you got to mix it up, so on 1st and 10 at the 29, I would find a wide open guy and just absolutely shank the pass. He could have absolutely caught it, and he should have, but unfortunately he has approximately the same IQ level as a coconut. But don't worry, on the next few plays I wasn't using my nut too well. Okay, continue. As I would throw 2 incompletions in a row and nearly getting sacked. But at least we would take the lead with a field goal before they would go right down and score a touchdown. Awesome. But no need to worry, as coach loves his screens, and Cam Porter's having a pretty good day, so it's a nice easy completion all the way up to the 46. We would then have a fairly consistent drive, ending with a 1st and 10 coming out of the 2-minute warning at the 19. We're on a pass play. I would scramble out. I probably had a couple of guys open, but I really just didn't care, as I wanted blood, and by blood, I mean a touchdown. But just before halftime, the Hoosiers would then take the lead right back, making it 21-17, going into halftime. Then coming out of halftime, we would have a couple good running plays getting us all the way up to the 39 for 3rd and 11, where I would unfortunately get sacked because our left tackle does pretty much the exact same thing as if I were to just plant a stop sign and tell the defender to not come and get me. The Hoosiers would then get a field goal before the next drive. We're on 3rd and 9. I would scramble out and find a wide open X for a nice easy completion. I would throw at him starting at about 10 yards ahead of the first down, and he caught it 2 yards ahead of the first down, and would then run out of bounds, not gaining a first down. Just incredible stuff, guys. Just love it. Love the teamwork. But lots of need to worry, as the Hoosiers would then once again score a touchdown, and then on 3rd and 4, the next drive, it would end with a 3-and-out, as, yeah, just not a great pass. I really should have scrambled, but, yeah, whatever. And at this point, I want you to keep in mind my stat line. I'm 47% completion percentage, 2 picks, and only 73 yards, and we are almost through the 3rd quarter. Just absolutely abysmal. And to put the cherry on the top to go into the 4th quarter, the Hoosiers would make it a 38-17 lead. Just not ideal. But of course, the second Indiana makes it a 3-score lead, we turn it on. As the very next drive, I would step back, find a wide open tight end for an easy, almost 50-yard touchdown. Our defense would then hold and give us the ball at the 25, where I would throw a nice easy out route to the wide receiver to make it a 1-score game. Our defense would then hold another time, and after a pretty long consistent drive all the way up to 3 minutes left in the 4th, I would roll out on a 3rd and 8 from the 8, find an open tight end, and he would catch it over the receiver. Sorry, the cornerback, and we would have a very easy touchdown to tie this game up. But, don't worry. It would not be close for long. You thought this was going to be a close game? No. Don't worry. With 2 minutes left, they would score, and I would immediately throw a pick 6. But don't worry, it's okay. I'll just throw another pick to seal the game. Not for us, but I did seal the game. So, yeah, just awful ending, awful start, really, all the way through, like a minute left in the 3rd, until the good stuff started happening, and then it didn't. So, for a few minutes, but, yeah. No, it wasn't a decent game. It was a bad game. We let up 52 points, 5 touchdowns for 1 quarterback, and that quarterback was not me. I nearly gave up 5 interceptions. And, yeah, we would end up losing 51-39. For our second Big Ten matchup, and yeah, we are now 0-2 in the conference and 2-3 overall, going into Week 7, where we would be playing Maryland. But of course, the first thing that I need to do is my weekly. Holy Jesus! What happened? I thought the motto was that if you go black, you never go back, but I guess the new one should be if you go white, you get. Well, that's all fine and dandy because I got another skill point, making myself 2 skill points. Still don't have to purchase anything because I am 81 overall, so everything gets pretty expensive. But as usual, I dumped a bit of energy into health and to leadership and to academics, as I do have an exam in only 1 week. But it is now time for practice, where obviously I do option attack. And honestly, I did pretty bad. It was just not a good time. Usually this is an easy gold any other time, but I only barely got bronze, so that was pretty miserable. But I was basically already leveled up, so I did get another skill point, which didn't end up showing, so I only have 2 still. Don't know how that works. That's an alarm. So yeah, I can't upgrade, but whatever. We got a big game against the Maryland Terps. What's the full? Terrapins. Honestly, pretty cool nickname. Or name in general, I guess. And here we are in Maryland, another Big Ten matchup. Hopefully we can get it done this time, as in the Big Ten, we just haven't been good. But hopefully we can beat these stupid turtles. Starting out with the ball in Maryland, first few plays did not go too well. Couple of runs. We ended up with a 3rd and 11, where I would just make the nice and easy completion over the middle, wide open, to get a first down on the first drive. We would then continue on a pretty consistent drive with a healthy dosage of running, as the stadium pulse is still pretty terrifying to me and apparently my coach. But it would all culminate, luckily, with a 1st and goal at the 4, where I would just make a nice easy drag right over the middle for the touchdown. The next drive, thankfully, our awful defense did not give up any points to the 4-1 Maryland Terrapins. I was expecting this to be a lot worse because they seem better. I mean, the overall is about the same, but I mean, it's just, I don't know how this works in this game. It's kind of interesting. But thankfully, we didn't let up any points, but we would give the ball right back, as a couple of run plays wouldn't go too well. We get it to 3rd and 2, but yeah, get absolutely stuffed to make it 3rd and 4. But once again, defense coming through, getting another stop. But we would unfortunately be met with a 3rd and 15 right after on a screenplay. One of our offensive linemen would get caught with a holding. Not great start, as of course coach would call all goes, because that's just what you do on 3rd and 5+. You just call all goes after running it into the ground for 2 plays in a row. That's just what happens, and obviously it was incomplete because it's kind of difficult, especially not being able to audible as much, because in these big stadiums it's harder for my receivers to hear me, and then if I audible too much or try to, then it's just going to be caught, offsides with one of the linemen or something. Thankfully that didn't happen, it was just incomplete though. And after lots of trying, our defense would of course let up a touchdown. I was just waiting for that to happen. Not in excitement, but I was definitely waiting for it. But it's okay, as on the first play I would throw the very easy drag to my tight end, and he would get very far with many defenders chasing him, all the way up to the 44 going into the second quarter. Where 1 yard back on 3rd and 11, I would make the tough pass, not really that tough, to I think our tight end, probably receiver, I don't know, this team is bad, so I don't really pay attention. But we did get a pass midfield for the first down. But of course, another 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11s happen quite a lot. Our coach really loves to try to run the ball, and once the defense finds us out, it just doesn't go well for the rest of the game, so we end up in a lot of situations like this. But it's okay, because as I was getting hit, I threw a dime to the wide. He was just absolutely butt naked, wide open in the middle of the field for just the easiest completion. I was getting hit, but it was still pretty easy, all the way up to the 15 for another 1st and 10. Where eventually we would get it up to the 1 after a penalty for defensive pass interference. I would hand it off to Cam Porter, and he would find the wide open lane for the easy touchdown to give us a 14-7 lead. And oh god, he's doing just the stiffest gritty. Oh god, oh lord. And once again, our defense would hold up. This is unnatural. I don't know what is going on. But I am now on fire. Not in a hurtful way. There wasn't actually like getting burned or anything. But I had a little fire icon next to my name for a little bit, and it stayed there for most of the game, as I think it's just to do with composure. But it wouldn't really matter, as it would be 3 and out after getting sacked. But once again, our goddamn defense is doing just a fantastic job. I don't know what it is about this Maryland offense, but they're trash. I mean, my lord. And our defense would also give it to us with just under 2 minutes left in the first half, which would give us a perfect opportunity to go on a long drive. And that's exactly what it started to look like, as I really started to use the matchups tool, which I really like in this game, so I can see how well my receiver is going to do against the DB. And my guy on the left, he just always had him beat. So I just set him on a go, and the safety went down and didn't, back up to try to get it. So nice and easy completion all the way up to the 39 on the Terps side. And then after a couple nice passing plays, we would get it all the way up to the 1 once again, where I would once again hand it off to Cam Porter to finish out the half. And as you can see, this is a stark difference of last time, as by halftime, I have 71 completion percentage, no picks, 1 touchdown, and 221 passing yards already. I'm on pace for a lot. But at first, it didn't look like it was coming to fruition on this first drive out of halftime, as just not good running plays would get us to a 3rd and 12. But let me remind you, that had nothing to do with my arm, and my arm would get us the first down. But then my arm would let us down and make it a 3rd and 7. But don't worry, I had... Once again, this guy was just absolutely cooking my mans on the outside, and safety couldn't get to him in time. Nice, easy touchdown. Bang, bang. Stark turnaround from last time, as we are already up 28-7 with 4 minutes left in the third. And I mean, usually at this point in the game, our defense has let up at least like 30 points, so it's very, very refreshing to have them only give up 10 at this point, and it to not be a stressful game. This has been awesome for me, but it would be a lot less awesome if we were losing 35-28 by this point. So, yeah, defense doing impeccable, and our offense is cooking. And especially this drive, run game got way more into it, as we are doing a lot more with that going into the fourth quarter. And I think this Terps defense is just getting cold, as we would cook them all the way until the red zone where I would scramble out, almost get just rocked by this massive guy who should not be wearing only number 8. Like, that just looks weird. But yeah, I would throw out and just get a nice little easy touchdown to number 8, and he's doing the Heisman. So, okay, not yet, buddy. We're 2-3, but soon to be 3-3, hopefully, as our defense does give up another touchdown. But we have such a comfortable lead that even having to punt after 4th and 4, it doesn't matter because our defense is just absolutely off their rocker this day, not giving up any more points again. And with 5 minutes left in the 4th, you know, it was over. We were just running, doing short passes, it was boring as hell because the acceleration for the clock goes so slow. But, I mean, I'll absolutely take a dub when we can take it. And, yeah, just for the rest of the 4th quarter, very, very nice and easy. I would pass when I would have to, but, yeah, literally didn't give it back to them ever again until 31 seconds left when obviously they didn't have a chance. And we would end up winning 35-17, a huge dub in a big stadium. I don't know what it is, but these big stadiums, we cook. No matter if we lose, like against Washington, we still have a great game. Specifically Dennis Archer, obviously, but defense finally cooking in these big stadiums, which is awesome to see. I do level up right after the game, getting us another skill point, which is obviously pretty epic. And we advance to week 8, where I would immediately get a text from my academic advisor telling me that I'm just absolutely sucking it up in the classroom, but I couldn't care less at all. I do still have to put a little bit more into it, but I mean, yeah, I mean, this is exam week, so not great, but you're going to have to see how I do on the exam next episode. Yeah, sorry about the cliffhanger. I promise one big compilation will be coming out if you don't want to watch the playlist, but there is a playlist I'll have in the description. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the series. Not doing the best. It's been doing better than my other series, which is incredible. So yeah, just please keep supporting if you want to. If you like it, leave a like, obviously. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. See you.